few very simple questions, John. Who are you? What brings you and Anne to St Albans?
Okay, thanks. Thank you very much. Well, as I said at the beginning of our liturgy, my name is John Bannister. I have just retired as a vicar. We don't retire as priests, we retire from the post that we take. So I retired as a vicar in the Blackburn diocese up north. Well, it's not true that it's grim, it isn't grim. Our daughter, Jenny, lives in St Albans, and so Anne and I made the decision that once we both retired, we would move further south to be nearer to her and to be able to share in her life a little bit more freely than we've been able to with that 4-hour drive difference between us. So that's why we're here, and we moved at the beginning of April to Park Street, where we live, and we started to kind of get to know the local churches and to try them out and see where we felt at home. And we came to St Michael's several weeks ago now, and both immediately felt at home and very warmly welcomed here, and hence I'm here to kind of be that. I don't know what you want. I'll wait to see how you describe me. Might be that who will rid me of that pestilent priest.
Well done, everyone, on another example of fantastic welcome and embrace and encouragement.
Yes.
That's really important.
Very much so. Very much so.
And thank you, John. We've started an early conversation about how John's ministry and how your lives and interests integrate with what we're doing here. I'm conscious that that's also as we emerge from the virus and as Charles comes towards the end of his curacy and other things going on as well. So there's ongoing conversation there. But perhaps, John, are there any particular interests of yours that you'd like to share with us this morning?
Okay. Well, I'm just very committed to growing worship, the life of worshipping communities. And I think the parish system, the Church of England's crowning glory is its parish system, and the fact that in every part of our country, everyone lives in a Church of England parish, which is there for comfort, spiritual support and comfort, whether you are a Christian or not, and is there to welcome everyone. And that's a great blessing, I think, that we have in this country, and one we should make the most of in whatever way we can. So I'm a great fan and advocate and enthusiast of community involvement of parish churches. We mustn't allow what goes on in our churches on a Sunday, however beautiful, to disconnect with our lives outside. They must be drawn together and integrated in every possible way, but fed from our worship together on a Sunday. So that's one of my main interests. I'm also interested in helping people and helping myself, being open to others helping me, to grow in our relationship with God through prayer. And one of my other hats is that I am the UK coordinator for clergy for what's called the World Community of Christian Meditation, which is an international body that advocates the practice of silent prayer, contemplation, which it's not something new in the church. It goes right back to the early days of the church, to the Desert Fathers, as they were known, and mothers, Desert Fathers and mothers, who spent their time in that kind of prayer. And I think is a gift to the church that is of tremendous need and value, given the challenges of the world in which we live and have responsibility for at the moment.
Thank you. Just a few little indicators there perhaps of the gifts and interests that John's ministry is going to be bringing among us. I should perhaps say at this stage that John Mann's arrival is a wonderful providential coincidence. John is not coming to be another Charles. Charles will be with us for 3 years in a trainee position. And as I've said on a couple of occasions, we will not be applying for somebody else to join us in that trainee role for the imminent future. Neither is John, another John Hayton, whom many of you here will know, who retired from his self-supporting ministry last December and who mainly attends Wednesday at 10:30 with Jane. John is here as John, and it's very much the other side of the pit line is from John Hayton.
Yes, the right side.
It's a good conversation that we've had there. Finally, John, beyond the life of the church, are there any, what are your other interests? You're an Anne, as you told us about your daughter.
Oh, right. We're great Nordic walkers. So you've seen those people going about with the poles everywhere. That's been a wonderful way of integrating into the local area and getting to know people and getting to know this beautiful area as well. We've joined the local Nordic walking group and we go walking several times a week. I'm an enthusiastic cook, but I'm more of an enthusiastic eater, which is self-evident. I love Italian food. I love music. I used to be a singer, and I'm very keen on the role of music in enhancing our worship, because we don't just worship with our minds, we worship with all our senses, and music is one of the greatest gifts of God. We're told, I don't know who it was said, that when we sing, we pray twice as hard or twice as powerfully when it's given in song. So those are my main interests. Yeah.
Thank you, John. John, thank you again, and a very warm welcome. Really great to have you in our midst.